Overflows.
Energy transfer, Shakti path. Indeed, energy transfer is an overflow or leakage of personal energy depending on the state of one's being. It is very important to know how accumulated non-wasted energy can become a source of compassion and gift to others. However, an ego-filled individual will leak energy, causing both to feel empty. Shaktipat is an experience where a master transfers energy to a disciple. This requires the master to be an empty vessel like a hollow bamboo flute. When one's energy has accumulated through non wasteful living, it can naturally overflow like a flower giving its fragrance or a lamp giving its light. This energy can be a gift to the others and a source of profound sharing, unburdening the heart. If one's energy is constantly being wasted on petty things or objects like money or power, it becomes a leakage. This leakage leads to a sense of emptiness and death every day. There is a key difference whether the energy is shared from a state of abundance or leaked from a state of poverty. A meditator who accumulates energy becomes a source of understanding that can be given to the others or shared, whereas the person who wastes energy will only cause leakage. How this energy is and can be transferred to others. This can happen rather given in several different ways, and the awakened one is aware of these. Shaktipat is a more direct form of energy transfer, often done by a master or a guru to a disciple. The master must be a completely empty vessel for the energy to flow through without being obstructed by ego. Compassion is another way this happens. When a person's desires are gone, their energy transforms into formless compassion, that is karuna, which can then be shared with others. This is not an active effort to be compassionate, but a natural overflow of energy once all other desires have completely disappeared. Self emptying is another way. You cannot be in a state of compassion because you have no energy. You must have accumulated energy within, and then compassion is possible. All your energy is divided between your desire for things like sex, anger, or greed to overflow with energy and compassion. One must become empty by letting go of all desires. Desires for money, sex, anger, or greed. Out of these, certain things happen as a natural process. Osho often used the example of Jesus saying, "Eat me, let me become your blood, let me become your food." This is an important statement. This is to explain that a person who has overflowed with energy can become spiritual food for others. This is a way of becoming the spiritual food for others. When Jesus says, and in the Last Supper, when he distributed the loaf divided into 12 and wine amidst the 12 apostles, it was an expression that loaf of bread symbolized his physical appearance, that is flesh, and wine of his blood. Thus he transferred his entire energy to his disciples. This was a transfer of energy. When the energy of the master becomes your energy, it becomes it becomes a spiritual food. And those who are close to an awakened one will notice that after the intimate association with the master, their appetite and choice of food changes enormously. They eat less but feel more satiated, because the real satiation comes when your food is spiritual. Food is energy. And when you are connected to an awakened one, just as in mother's womb, you were connected and being nourished and nurtured by the mother through the umbilical cord. Between master and disciple, there develops a silver lining, or you can say it is the umbilical cord for the nourishment to flow from the master to the disciple. This is the beginning, and thereafter it happens that between the physical body and the astral body of a seeker who has attained to advanced stage of inner growth, he sees this silver lining between his astral body and the physical body. Then his own astral body, which is connected to the existence, provides and nourishes the physical body in many ways. Let me become your food. Let me become your blood. This is to explain that the person who has overflowed with energy can become spiritual food for others. And this is what this statement of Jesus meant, that let me be the spiritual food for you. In the process, even a small trace of ego can prevent energy transfer, whether it is a guru giving energy through Shakti path or a person sharing energy with another. Ego makes energy a leakage. An ego filled person will constantly leak energy, never be able to accumulate enough to overflow or be a service to others. Those who have accumulated this energy will realize that they can share as much as, they can work more than a normal person, but they never feel the loss of energy. Osho says that intelligence is dangerous because it allows you to start thinking for yourself and not believing in things blindly. He also says that a person who meditates becomes a source of understanding because their energy accumulates and is not wasted on trivial or petty things. An awakened one's energy affects his environment and can be a powerful presence for others. However, this energy cannot be subtly or forcefully conscripted or extracted from them to another's use. The effect is more one of influence and inspiration within a shared energy field, dependent on the other person's receptivity and awareness. However, this energy can be channeled for transformation and inner healing. This is a natural and spontaneous process of the awakened ones. Among the awakened ones, know this as Buddha field, the subtle, invisible energy field. You can feel this, be with it forever. Flow with this energy as placenta around you. The process energy is transferred to another person is known as Shakti path. This process requires certain inner preparation and deep understanding on the part of the one who transfers energy. Certainly, while a direct willed transfer of life energy, Shakti path, can happen through a completely empty person acting as a passive vehicle. The concept of moving this energy through astral radiance is a human interpretation. I use the term astral radiance in a specific technical sense because the astral body, as a body of light, travels after death. The process continues. Enough for now.